requested our Commissioner of Police, sir, to deliver a special address during this inaugural session to this academic community of Trichy. May I request you to deliver a special address, sir. With a big round of applause, let's invite Shri Shailesh Kumar Yadav.
Shri Shailesh Kumar ji, Chief Executive Officer, ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu, Dr. Ashok Maharaj from Tata Consultancy Services, participants, ladies and gentlemen. Generally, it is not very usual for us to go and speak about this type of forum when you are talking about advancement of technologies. And my background is not from ITs. But you consider me as a lay person. Generally, you have a committee in all the institutions. There is one person is called layman in ethics committees. What a layman thinks about the technology and growth on the ground. In the perspective of this wisdom, I would just talk few words. What we feel, what we see in the field. We might be talking from the people from academics, from the various colleges, institutions, from the engineering backgrounds and institutions. How much it has resulted in the reality, in your economic growth. That is what I would like to say. You take the example of the neighboring countries, how compatible we are in the growth, how relevant we are in the international market, and how relevant we are in the international growth. That should be the relation of the growth of technology that we should come out and study and see. We know from very beginning, from ages, two things which is available in India was very much seen, and today also the same is seen. What are those? Those clothes, saris, Dhaka silk. There is a history, 2nd century BC. The Roman Empire banned the Indian goods in their market. That was ornaments, that was saris. Means the Indian goods were much higher in quality and they were sold in the whole of the European markets. And the government there, local government, they said that our money is going to the India. And India was becoming rich, they were becoming poor. The drain of money from the European country. This is a part of the history. 2nd century BC, what you were. How you stand today? Except these two things, still you are not very much heard in the international market. Neighboring country, the China's, their GDP rate is very high, as you all know. This is 9.5, 9.6. Where you stand below 4 or 4.5. And with a similar type of composition of the manpower and the human resources, as well as the natural resources, how much we have exploited, how much we have grown with the technology, and to make your people to feel that they are the developing or developed people. That we are very much lacking. I saw there's the country's growth in the little, when we see that in this last 10 years, the country, the China has made 3 beautiful dams on the river. And this dam not only giving 4,000 megawatt electricity, they have become the hub of the tourism. They translated their technology, not only the growth but in tourism also. Where we did anything like this. We have beautiful river, Ganga, Yamuna, all perennial rivers just going into the sea and nothing happens. In UP now you see that one portion of the area is a bit flooded, other portion is a drought. So our efforts, where we are, that I lift you. employability, the gap you are studying, the gap, bridging the gap between the technical institutions and the academic institution. It's a very good approach that you are doing. What type of growth you there? This is a part of the academics. But academics, they don't do only for the employability. In the institution, they have a curriculum not only for the employability, they for knowledge also, for research also, for scientific activities also. But job that we see that being provided by the institution, where engineers and the people that came out from various other courses, science and arts, they get only 10 to 15,000. Is it not underemployment? So when the GDP, the issue is here the GDP of the country that should be given growth by the technology and how it should be. What I visualize, the technology and technology supported growth is very much centered to the cities and townships. It results two things. One is the limited scope of the space and other resources, lot of regulations also there. And there's a drain of the people from the towns, village to the city, which creates another problem. This becomes counterproductive. What your growth you create, you have to redeploy the money in cleaning all those garbage also. This is sustainable growth spread over all the countryside also. There are a lot of scope that you can translate it to the people, the service organizations. Like if people have been talking about FDI, and every money is coming only the service sectors. They are aiming at the service sector. What is service sector? Your Dhobi has been doing job today manually. He will be without. He may lose job or he may become a servant. He is owner today. That we need to come out with this type technology to make them capable to run the service system in their own locality or on township. And they get money, and the standard and quality should also be high for the service. So that at least in this competition, what is likely to happen, you should give boost to your own manpower or people. Translate the technology to empower your own people first. You're losing your own ground. You're losing your own internal market. External things are too much. Right from the belt to the shoes, everything is not yours. Your money goes out, your per capita income will not improve. So technology, what I am trying to give emphasis, translate in such a way that this should be tremendous growth in the countryside. There should not be mad rush to the township, and especially in the service sector. Because for the job, 5,000 job, people leave their houses, they come here. They live very miserable life, and that turns into a very pathetic situation and then leads further to the devaluated thought process. What is devaluated thought process? When you see the slums, this much area, in this much area, the husband and wife, their children, the daughter-in-law and their daughter and son-in-law, they are breeding children together. What ethics will be there in the mind? The ethics is broken because of poverty and the rush towards the town. This is you are known for this. There's an ethical society in India. There's a family society in India. This is also being broken because of this economic problem that people are facing at home. The government has tried the level best, giving this project called Manrega. People are now somewhat feeling good, but some of them tend to be lazy. How they do? They go, two of them, they come out from the house, go to give some money to a contractor, take the money from contractor, sometime, and come out without working. And the government has now given TV also. Some of them tend to be lazy. Your human resources also becoming lazy. How much war you can win with these people? Alertness, the job should have activity. Government is doing, it's a country that is called socialist country, secular socialist republic nation. So is under directive principles government is doing. But a job, there is no participation, hearty participation. The culture is not coming up. The culture is missing, the culture of construction of your own nation, building nations. So there are so many gray areas. If you see that history, how European countries have translated their economy and technology, the ground reality to the ground realities, you will understand. Till 14th century AD, there were only nobles and slaves. There were 10 nobles and remaining fellows are slaves. That is the whole European country. The people were dying and only potato has helped them. 14th century AD, up to 14th century AD. They were just two classes. One is noble class, and the other one is slave class. But with the help of the Renaissance that it came in 13th century AD, everything got translated. And then they came towards the mercantile society and then the industrial growth. And the growth they have channelized properly. Now the class has been missing. First, through the economy and through various democratic setup, that this class of nobility and the difference between gap between nobility and the slaves is disappearing in whole of the Europe, and thereby the growth. They don't require much higher growth every year, even 1 or 2% this GDP growth will give them sustained economic development. If they could do, and the process of doing that, they came to India in search of two things. One, the clothes and the masala. They made you slave. And they made themselves economic import. All the tubes in the Londons are made by your money. Everybody knows this. London tubes is made by the Indian money. That money has been taken from India. Today, where we stand, what are the products that we are going to sell in the international market? Think and tell me how many products, Indian products, are being sold in the international market, and they stand in the competition. You are getting products, not the technology. China is interested to sell all the products on cheaper rates. Once you talk about technology, they make it so higher that is higher than the products. An Indian system in the government, they will hue and cry that yes, you have taken the product and lesser price than the technology, that you are taking the higher price. What is the policy that they have? Your quality, your product quality should give good competition in the market. Then only DGP, all those things, this will impact on economic growth. Where we are, I don't know. I'm just simply a government bureaucrat. I'm lost. I was thinking that I may raise this question. You may sometime tell me that this is way, there's optimistic ideas that you may tell, yes, we are going towards this side, we are going towards this side. I don't find, when I visit some countries, I don't find any of my items sold in the market, except the two that was there already. You don't have your own digital sites. There's a Gmail, all your information, everything is carried by somebody else. Such a huge continent. Only China has done everything for themselves. They don't allow the Gmail. But your every information is getting collected by somebody who's not your own. You didn't do anything. But your people are very much powerful. They are very having a lot of intellectual capacity. For other company, all American company, they are the bosses. I don't know where it is wrong. Need to be corrected. We should have our own digital website like Gmail something. iMail. So lot many things need to be done to call us as a developed country. And the people that they are jobless need to get job. The people who have got a job, they are under employment. They need to be employed properly. And technology has to result in all these areas to make you very happy countrymen. And I wish you all the best for these activities. I would have been loving to listen you, but the job that I do, many of you may not be interested to listen. It's a job that is a job of stress. And minute to minute there were different type of activities keep going on, and activity you may not know that you have to do in next minute that thing, next minute another thing. So that is how this, I do not know this program. I went to UP, somebody gentleman from this institution. They called me that nobody is there to represent from government side, so they called the commissioner. Once nobody is there, they're the commissioner. That is how I'm before you. Okay. So all the best. Thank you very much.